Hey, so I want to talk about my favorite dream I ever had so far. My favorite dream I ever had. I was in my ex-girlfriend's neighborhood, and I had just got done seeing her the whole day. So I was staying with my friend Charles, who lived in her neighborhood. And I slept on his couch. And every time I stay at his house, I always have a dream that is based around a farm, somewhere like a farm. There's hay, there's haystacks, there's a silo, there's a barn. It's always something to do with a farm. There's corn stalks, stuff like that. Every time I stay at his house. And I would have paranormal experiences. I might make a video about all the weird experiences I've had over the years. But when I was at his house, there was dogs in his room, and there was a dog in his mom's room. There was two dogs. So there was no one in the void with me. It was just me and the kitchen. He was in that room, she was in her room, doors were closed, there was no dogs, no people, just me. But I started to hear stuff move in the kitchen. I started to hear stuff opening and closing and stuff moving around in the kitchen. So what I did was I just put my music in and I tried to go to sleep with my music. And I was listening to She Blinded Me with Science. And that's kind of a key thing with this dream I had. So at the time, I was kind of obsessing over this other girl that I wasn't with. Beautiful girl. And, so what I did was I went to sleep while listening to that song. Kind of loudly, a loud volume. I don't know what that is. I think it's a moth. And in my dream, there were these people with these cameras, and it was daytime, and there was haystacks, and there was hay and dead grass on the floor, and it was outside, of course, and there was trees and stuff. And then I saw that girl I was obsessing over, that beautiful girl, and she was wearing a red flannel, like she usually did, and she was just walking down the hill of this dead grass and this hay, and I was hearing She Blinded Me with Science, like, in my dream. It was playing in my dream, like the whole song was playing in my dream. So I'm seeing her. It was trippy. It was the coolest thing ever. She was walking down this hill with dead grass and hay and the trees, and I'm listening to She Blinded Me with Science, and I see her and hear it at the same time, and I start to try to get her attention, and I start knocking over haystacks and stuff. And these people with the cameras were trying to film an opening for a TV show or something, and like they were filming me now, and like I was knocking stuff over trying to get this girl's attention, and it was just for some reason I really liked that dream, and that's pretty much all there was to it. And then when I woke up, the song I was listening to was so wacky, and because if you listen to a song all night long and you wake up, it sounds really weird, and it doesn't sound like this. You're like, what am I listening to? And then you realize, holy shit, this is the song I'm listening to, and it sounded really weird, and it was just great. It was a great dream. I really liked that experience, and I woke up and I started watching. I started watching this guy who's talking about scientific stuff, and he had a British accent, and it was just great. It was just a wholesome, kind of clean, new feeling, that fun experimental feeling that you get in life sometimes, that youthful feeling. I felt that, and it's connected to that dream, and that's why it's my favorite dream, And I just love that dream. I love it, love it, love it. Anyways, I love you guys, and I will see you guys in the next video. Times were just so good back then. Times were so good. I had everything I wanted, pretty much. Well, not everything I wanted, but I had everything I needed, you know? I had everything I needed. And the only way to get what I wanted was to lie, or to give up something that I had that I needed, you know? Unfortunately, I ended up doing that. Unfortunately, that relationship ended that I was in. I don't know. I just love that new, youthful, experimental, fun feeling, you know? That curiosity, that goofiness, that humor, you know? Because there's just so many things that go to the human personality, you know? We all have a serious side. We all have a domineering side. We all have a submissive side. We all have a feministic side, and we all have a masculine side. We all have all these things in us. We can be serious, or we can be mean, and we can be cruel. We can be kind of gross and kind of dominating. Or we can be really submissive, or we could be loving and kind. You know? We could be anything. And one of my favorite things to be is new and fresh and experimental. And it's more of a feeling, you know? I just love that feeling. That is what people say when they say they're high on life, you know? I just loved it. Because it wasn't manic, and it wasn't depressive. It was just normal, you know? It was just normal. And I was in love. And I was a dreamer. And it was great. It was great. I was having a normal experience. I was staying at my friend's house. It was cool. You know? It was just great. I miss my early years of high school. My freshman year of high school and my sophomore year. Those were so exciting. And there was a lot of exciting stuff in my junior year, but that's when things got scary and cruel and confusing, and for a long time. But when it first started, it was so fresh and new and beautiful, and it was great. There was no threat. There was no fear. That's all a choice. No matter where you live, you don't have to be afraid of anything. You don't have to be stupid. You don't have to be afraid. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be cruel. You don't have to be cutthroat. You don't have to be any of that. No matter what anyone says, you can be nice. You can be smart. You can be loving. You can have successfulness, and you can have success in your life. Give gifts and get gifts, and just that wonderment, that enchantment, that magical thing that is in life that you can feel, you know? You're missing out, you know? I don't want anyone to miss out on it. At least I can say I had that, you know? I didn't realize how much of a blast it all was. All my friends, and we used to go to Wendy's, and I had a crush, and it was just high school shit, you know? And then it just got too serious, and it got too weighted, and it was not lighthearted enough after a while. And that was my fault, you know? But anyways, I love you guys, and moral of the story is, if you don't appreciate what you have, you could lose everything. I lost everything. I lost my high school. I don't even go to the same high school. I'm not in that relationship anymore. I don't see any of those friends anymore. It's all gone, and it just blows. And there is no fun, loving thing anymore. That's gone. That's gone. That's why I want to go to college. I'm not going to find it in high school. Not at this rate. So I'll find it in college. And that's why I want to go to college. But yeah, this is just a good video, you know? And I love you, and I hope y'all do good stuff. I have a personality problem. When I say things like I love you and stuff, I got a problem with myself. I don't know who I am sometimes. and it bothers me. But anyways, whatever. I hope you guys don't ever have that problem. And if you do, leave a comment. I'll respond to it. Even if it says I didn't, just check. You know. Anyways, if you like this video, subscribe, give it a like, leave a comment, telling me if you didn't like it, you know, leave a hate comment, you know, tell me what you didn't like about it, and I will consider it. It matters. And I love you guys, and yeah. Things just get complicated, you know, but I love you guys. And I hope y'all get to experience what I did your entire life. I hope it never goes away, you know? Yeah.